man, I am screwed up. I got an issue. So another piece that you want to think about is what is their limiting belief and what's the step by step. For my VA journey is I have a hard time delegating. And then I realized that because I also have a confident issue because I don't speak up on what I really want. And I also noticed that I also have a limiting belief that I don't know what to give them. I also have a limiting belief that I don't know how to create a system that will work like McDonald's style, be so specific that every patty that you put onto the grill, it's 7 seconds. 7 seconds, you gotta flip it, 7 seconds, you gotta flip it. So everybody can do it. So then I noticed that this is all my limiting belief. And then I created my yellow brick road based on that. And again, you might know it at the very beginning, you might not know it. Because I've been in the business for such a long time now that sometimes I don't know that my superpower is other people limiting belief. And people have to remind me about it, right? Michael and Yvette actually reminded me because I thought that workshop doesn't work for me, right? Workshop doesn't work for me because most of my clients just want me to just do the work. And then I also noticed that sometimes my conversion rate is not that high. So one day I asked my clients for feedback, right? I was just hanging out with them at their house and they say, Phyllis, I am a manager leader. I need to see how the whole process works first before I will buy somebody else's program. I didn't know about that. And he said, that's why I bought your program. You know, in the past, I did a 5-day workshop on teaching you how to hire your virtual assistant. So she said that I went through your program and I love it. And I realized I cannot do it myself. And thus he paid for my 5-day workshop. And then he also paid for me to do the work. But he said, throughout the workshop, I gained so much trust in you and you really know what you're doing. And thus I'm willing to pay more for you to do it this time. But without that workshop, I wouldn't have bought into your program because I don't trust you and I don't know how you do it to find your VAs. Again, that is a piece that I don't know that now I learned that manager leader might not sign up for my service because they need more experience from me to trust me so that they can convert. Right? So now I need to think about what is my yellow brick road. I know that your client have a lot of limiting belief, and how can you invite them naturally for them to want to attend your meeting without feeling the shame that they need help? How can you bring them into it, right? How can you make them feel comfortable? How do you overcome the shame of, man, I am screwed up. I got an issue. Am I right? So then what do you do to remove that limiting belief? What is one extra step or 2 extra steps that you can create to make them feel comfortable? It might be words like, hey, you're at the right place at the right time with the right person, right? That is one thing that I learned from Tony. When you go into some of the breakout room for Tony, the very first thing that we hear is, hey, you're at the right place, right time with the right coach. We're going to take really good care of you. Don't worry. And we notice when we first say that, people say, oh, okay, now I'm ready. And sometimes when we have new crew member coming in and they don't greet them like that, they say, oh, hey, how are you doing today? And their steam is still up here. So you can feel that they are not relaxed and they cannot do it. But it's all about observation. It's all about doing, right? And when I go back to the baby thing, I was talking about, think about it, right? What does baby do? Baby start, they will start crying, right? And then they will start crawling, and then they will start walking, and then they will start jumping, right? What is that for you, right? How do you translate that for your clients? When they're crying, what are they crying about, right? How do you help them with that? Is it just a lot of love? Is it just listening in, right? What is the next step, right? And again, these are just all the steps that you can do one step closer. And at the same time, you also want to know what is the end, right? What is your Wizard of Oz? A lot of times people just create, and they do not know what is the end. And sometimes it's okay for you to not know the end, because the truth is I am still looking for what is my end, because my yellow brick road is really short at this moment. Because after you get a VA, what else? I actually do not have another program to upsell you at this moment. After you get the program, that's it. It is what it is, right? But I noticed that everybody actually do want a newer group or newer upgrades, but I just do not offer them at this moment. So I learned that, okay, I need to work on my yellow brick road. So then you always want to ask, what is my end in mind? What is my yellow brick road? Do you want to only work 20 hours every week eventually? What is some of the high ticket item that you wanted to do that is not going to burn you out, you're going to enjoy so much that you're just going to continue doing it? Are you going to hire people that you can leverage and delegate down so that they can do some of the work so that it's not for you all the time? Or you just love it so much that you want to talk to everybody every single day and you're okay with it, right? What is that yellow brick road for you? And then craft it out, right? Craft it out. What is this for you?